Welcome students. So in today's class we shall be learning about the kynurenine pathway. It is basically classified under the metabolism of tryptophan. So this is classified under metabolism of tryptophan, that is an indole ring containing amino acid. So it is both glucogenic and ketogenic in nature, tryptophan, and it is acting as a precursor for synthesis of important compounds, namely NAD, NADP, serotonin and melatonin. So it is acting as a precursor for NAD, NADP, serotonin, melatonin. So in case of the kynurenine pathway, the metabolism of tryptophan is divided into two parts. In kynurenine pathway, we shall be learning about the synthesis of NAD and NADP plus, but in case of the synthesis of serotonin and melatonin, it is having a different pathway. So it is the second pathway. So let us start with the kynurenine pathway first. Draw the structure of tryptophan. Remember that tryptophan is an indole containing ring . So this is the structure for tryptophan. Tryptophan, in presence of tryptophan pyrrolase enzyme, it is converted to N-formyl kynurenine. So students, this is quite tricky and you will have to remember the names of the enzymes, and they are totally different. So the name of enzyme is tryptophan pyrrolase. And this reaction takes place in the presence of the oxygen, or oxidation occurs and leads to formation of N-formyl kynurenine. So the structure for N-formyl kynurenine is completely different. So this is the structure for N-formyl kynurenine. And this undergoes the removal of the formate molecule, or decarboxylation occurs and leads to the formation of kynurenine. So the formyl group is removed as formic acid in presence of enzyme formamidase. So a formate molecule is released out and it leads to formation of kynurenine. So the structure is similar, only this group will be removed out. So this is the structure for kynurenine. And in presence of the hydroxylase enzyme, this kynurenine leads to formation of 3-hydroxykynurenine by attachment of an OH group at the 6th position of the benzene ring. So write the name of the enzyme, that is kynurenine hydroxylase. Now draw the structure of kynurenine, and I will highlight the place where the hydroxylation is occurring. So this is the structure for kynurenine. We all know the hydroxylation is occurring at this position, and OH group is attached, and this is known as 3-hydroxykynurenine. 3-hydroxykynurenine. And by removal of ammonia, it undergoes cyclization to form xanthurenite, the level of which are quite high in case of vitamin B6 deficiency. So just by removing the ammonium ions or the ammonia, it leads to the cyclization and ultimately leading to a new structure of xanthurenate. So this is the structure for xanthurenate, whose levels are quite high in case of vitamin B6 deficiency. And from the 3-hydroxykynurenine, in presence of the kynurenase enzyme and PLP cofactor, it leads to formation of 3-hydroxyanthranilate. So the name of enzyme here is kynurenase and PLP is acting as a cofactor, and a removal of alanine is done, and this leads to formation of, I shall be drawing the structure of alanine here, as you all know that the R group in alanine amino acid is methyl, and this alanine is further utilized in formation of glucose under gluconeogenesis. So the structure of 3-hydroxyanthranilate will be like this. So this is the structure of 3-hydroxyanthranilate. And this is further subjected to formation of muconate semialdehyde in presence of enzyme 3-hydroxyanthranilate oxidase. So I am simply writing as oxidase enzyme in presence of iron, that is acting as a cofactor to this. So this is an oxidation process that is leading to formation of 2-amino-3-carboxy muconate semialdehyde. So the name of the structure is quite confusing. So students, pay attention, as these structures are totally different from the previous ones. So try to learn them. Do the written practice as much as you can, so the structures can be easily drawn. This is the structure for 2-amino-3-carboxy muconate semialdehyde. and this leads to formation of picolinate also in presence of picolinate carboxylase enzyme. So in presence of carboxylase enzyme, this leads to formation of picolinate. By decarboxylation. So this is the structure for picolinate. And it also undergoes spontaneous hydroxylation and decarboxylation process. So this is divided into two parts here. One is formation of quinolinate and the other is 2-aminomuconate semialdehyde. So in a spontaneous reaction or the spontaneous degradation, it leads to formation of quinolinate. Just like the structure of picolinate, a quinolinate is formed but with an additional carboxylic group. So you can see here that the picolinate and quinolinate structures, they are quite similar to each other, but an additional carboxyl group is present in quinolinate. Whereas in the decarboxylation reaction, in presence of decarboxylase enzyme, it leads to formation of 2-aminomuconate semialdehyde. So you can see the structure is similar to here. This is known as 2-aminomuconate. One carboxy group is removed. Semialdehyde. This leads to formation of 2-aminomuconate in presence of enzyme dehydrogenase. And this leads to formation of glutaryl coenzyme A and ultimately leads to formation of acetyl coenzyme A, which is an intermediate for TCA cycle. Now on the other case, the quinolinate, it undergoes decarboxylation and leads to formation of nicotinate mononucleotide. So students, remember this, that this leads to formation of nicotine mononucleotide. So this is a precursor for the energy intermediates. The name of this is nicotinate mononucleotide. And ultimately this is leading to formation of NAD and NADP. So students, this is all regarding the kynurenine and threnelite pathway.